Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day to all. Welcome to the final football edition of Homie Picks for the year 2022-23. Super Bowl 57 weekend is upon us. Fellas, how has it been? Last time I talked to y'all, it was on a Zoom chat via Homie Pick. Via Homie Call. When we was
Homie call.
gratefully talking to Paul, aka Guru, aka Boss Man, about the yearly wrap up and stuff like that. But how y'all been, man?
Pretty good. Can't complain over here. Like we mentioned on that call, a little bittersweet. We're getting inching closer and closer to the end of the season.
Oh,
Um, you know, it's nice to finally get to this point where you started to see all your picks started to work out, and but it sucks, bro, because it's gonna be a while till we get football again. So gonna enjoy it. That's the best thing you can do. But overall, it was a good season, I think.
Luke.
Man, yeah, good run, good run. I love this season. I got the coach of the year, so no complaints from me there. As awards were given out last night, so I'm happy with that. But all in all, yeah, good season, man. I think this has been one of the more wackier seasons we've ever had in football, where teams that should have won didn't, and teams that had no business winning won. Um, I think we're gonna go into the year of last year. The draft was the year of the wide receiver. I think this year we're gonna see the draft of probably the defensive lineman and quarterback changing home. So I'm looking forward to the offseason too.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Lions. They were definitely one of those teams that y'all both said would be better than they were. Should have been winning, but they were winning, and they did a pretty good job of winning. Came down to the final game to say if they're going to be in or not. They definitely Dayball, got coach of the year. That was cool. Sean Payton got hired recently
Yes,
to
yes.
Denver. He just couldn't stay away for too long. And then we did talk about, there's gonna be some off-season changes and so forth. And at that time, that wasn't announced. And then not too long after homie call, Payton got announced into that. But it's the final weekend, it's Phoenix, in February. It's gonna be a nice I think the dome is gonna be I think the dome is gonna be there. Nice little neutral field. But you got lose hated division rival, the Philadelphia Eagles, going against I think everybody in AFC hated the Kansas City Chiefs. I think every team that goes against KC is like, oh, fuck this. We probably
I'm telling you, I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in Pennsylvania. I hate every Eagles fan I come across, and I come across them all day long. Because apparently everybody's an Eagles fan now.
I mean, you get a double entendre for that one because you are a Giant fan living in Pennsylvania, so yeah, you're going to definitely get that.
Yeah, and I live 30 miles from Maryland, so I get it from the Ravens fans too.
Look, I mean, we're not as bad as Eagles fans though, but I mean, I would love for it to have been the Ravens and Eagles, but chips ain't fall the way they fell, and Lamar still ain't get signed. But that's not here nor there for this episode. But really there is no at. I mean, in terms of a home team, Philadelphia is technically the home team, and they are the favorite, 1.5 point favorite, as of speaks currently. KC is a plus 104, but I kind of have an idea of how Lou's going to pick. But Ben, I'm curious, what you thinking?
This one's a little rough to pick. The lines have been tight. They haven't fluctuated a lot, and from what I can tell, everybody's on the Eagles. And I can see why. The offensive line, I keep on hearing, is probably one of the best in generations. good defense line. So they feel like they can get to Mahomes, pressure him. They have obviously a good run game, so they can keep Mahomes on the sideline. So a lot of people are heavy on the Eagles. I believe that's where the money's coming in at for the Eagles. But with all that said, I can't pick the Eagles. They're a good team, but I just can't bet against Mahomes and Andy Reid's in this position right here. Like when it's something like a flip 'em kind of game, like this one is really because they're both number ones. For me, it's like, all right, who's the better quarterback? Who's the better coach? So right now, I would have to lean on Mahomes and Andy Reid's experience. I have to put my trust in them, and I feel like they'll probably have a better game plan coming in. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the Eagles can blow it up. They can score quickly too, but I think Hurts is still a little hurt. His shoulder, he hasn't been great with the deep throws, so we'll see what he can do. Maybe all this time off helped him, but I gotta trust Mahomes here. I gotta go with the Chiefs.
Lou, you got the Andy Reid, the Kelsey Bowl right here.
Yeah, it's Kelsey Bowl, man. Listen, I can't stand the Eagles. I really can't. I can't even say that. I can't stand the Eagles fan base. Like that's one fan base that gives your team a bad rep. Like, you know, they're just horrible fans, horrible fans. So with that said, I'm gonna go with Mahomes on this one too because I didn't even pick Holmes to make the playoffs this year. Yeah, I thought they were going to be outside looking in, and he proved me completely wrong. So, and the way this team is clicking without a really number one wide receiver outside of Kelsey, who really isn't a wide receiver. So they making it work. I think Andy Reid is probably a savant of all coaches. If there was an award to out coaching coaches, Andy Reid would win that award pretty much every year because his mental game and football is unmatched. I want this to be a good game though. I really do. I don't want to see a 24-0 blowout already in the first quarter and nothing like that. I want to see a competitive football. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this one too.
Yeah, Andy Reid has done some masterful things. Nick Sirianni has done some nice things. Well, Jalen Hurts is not the only quarterback that's hurt. Patrick Mahomes is still going through his stuff too. On a peg leg, he still
Didn't
somehow
slow him down enough, bro. It
still
didn't slow him
somehow.
down enough for me to count it. It's like, all right, he was late in the game, he was hobbled by it, but not so much like.
And what saved them too was boneheaded defensive plays by Cincinnati too. Um, you know, but
And the
then
refs.
the refs helped as well too. But hell, you also have the great faithful Eli Apple. That is
The Hall of Famer to be.
that is everybody's favorite target on offense. um, but then you also had that defensive linebacker, who stupidly hit Patrick Mahomes stupid late.
Right.
That sealed up everything else after that because all you needed was a field goal from that point on, and he hit it. I think definitely I was leaning. I know I picked Eagles and Chiefs to make it in our last episode together. Well, not our last episode together. In my picks that I submitted, and that was because I felt the mayor of Cincinnati had some bad juju when he said Burrowhead Stadium. I felt it was bad juju from the Niners fans who put a Niners shirt on Rocky statue. So I felt it was bad omens all around. And that's kind of why I picked it, and it turns out that I was right on that. They really haven't gave much. Fanfare stuff between Eagles and Chiefs. But I hate Philadelphia as a staff, a record label, and crew. I hate the Sixers. I don't like the Eagles. I don't like anything Philadelphia.
But not
The
our
the only
Philadelphia
thing I like,
listeners.
huh?
But not our Philadelphia listeners, you know.
I mean, no. I love them.
Not y'all.
I
We
love the
talking about
Philadelphia
other
listeners.
ones, other people. Not
Y'all the
not
good
y'all.
ones.
Not
Yeah,
y'all.
the listeners are the good
Yeah.
ones.
Just the toxic ones, the toxic ones.
I mean, I would give Philadelphia some credit. I do like Philadelphia cream cheese, but that's about as far as, but I mean, that's probably as far as Philadelphia I would like. But it's this is Mahomes what, third or fourth Super Bowl?
Third. No, yeah,
Third.
third.
He's 1-1. Um, it's he's definitely has the experience on this side. Clyde Edwards, Hilaire is back. But you know what? I'm actually gonna go with Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia in some way sneaks this one out. I don't know how, but I think somehow, some way, Jalen Hurts and crew sneak this one out.
It's possible. It's not like it wouldn't be like so crazy to see that. I feel like some people underestimate Sirianni a little bit. He was, our Indianapolis OC over there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there when Philip Rivers was there. He got him working. So he's good with these quarterbacks. So he gets the best out of these guys. So I think he gets the best out of Hurts. I mean, obviously, as you can see, this year was crazy for him until he got hurt. But I can see the ups. It's not even upset because they're the favorite, but I don't know. KC, you can't bet against
It's
Mahomes.
really hard to bet against KC in these moments. Like, it's really hard to pick against KC. Honestly, like me picking Philadelphia is really just a blind chance on this one. Like, there really is no clear cut thing, because even I think Philadelphia's defense is better than KC's defense, but even with that, it's one game. Anything can literally happen. Philadelphia may have had the top. Well, the thing, Philadelphia and San Fran were the top two defenses, but that doesn't really mean shit when it comes to the Super Bowl. When you got Patrick Mahomes on the other side, like, he can still fillet a great defense. Ask Cincinnati, ask Buffalo. He's done it. But I just think, the young gun in Jalen Hurts, just gets it done. And honestly, it's a historical game. It's the first time you have two black quarterbacks going against each other. Shout out to Black History Month, man, making history Black History Month.
Even Jalen Hurts' agent, I believe, is the first African American woman representing an athlete in the Super Bowl. So you see, multiple fronts, bro.
There's multiple history being history, man. Like, LeBron made history, breaking, passing Kareem. Like, there's so much history going on right now.
Right.
So much goddamn history going on right now. But now, like I said, I mean, I can't give you like deep analysis to be like, oh, this is why Philadelphia's going to win. Like, literally, you got the two best teams, two number one seeds going against each other, and that's history in itself too. That does not really happen at all. Not to say no one seed doesn't make it. It's the fact that both of them made it. And I think it's going to be a special game. I know the script got leaked out.
Right.
I know the script got leaked out, but
don't worry, they were rewrites, bro. They were rewrites now.
Right, there was a draft. It was a draft. I know some people are going to be bettors to that line because they, the whole script thing was like a whole meme and thing for like, who was the guy who said it? It was the one of the retired guys.
Oh yeah.
Arian Foster.
Aaron Foster, right? Aaron Foster.
He was always a character. You know what I mean?
Everybody gets a script, in the beginning of the season, so they all know what's gonna happen. And honest to God, I love internet for that reason, because the memes that came with that were fucking awesome, man. I loved it. They're like the Plaxico Burris script. I'm sorry, like everybody's script was phenomenal. Like, the internet ain't shit, man, but I love it. Um, but but with the Super Bowl, you get a lot of things. You get Rihanna at halftime. You get
Yeah.
you get a lot of commercials. I think that's probably everybody else's favorite part. If not the game, you look for the commercials. I know I'm anticipating another. I'm hopefully seeing another Ant-Man trailer, but at the same time, Ant-Man comes out this the same week of the Super Bowl, so I don't really know if you want to give too much more to that. I did see that there's a Fast and Furious 10 commercial and trailer for a movie franchise that I wish died at part 5, but that's not here nor there either.
Paul's favorite franchise? Paul's favorite franchise?
That you're right. That is Paul's favorite franchise.
Family, bro, family. Come on now.
Family.
It's all about family, man. All about family. But
Okay.
for the gamblers out there, people who like stuff like that, you also get your prop bets. And I think it's the most fun time for everybody who's a gambler. It's not just about the team, it's about the prop bets. So, the general ones, I think I saw somebody do a dumbass coin toss result where the guy flipped
I saw that
a
a
thousand
thousand
times
quarters. Yeah.
for heads and tails. Like that's really going to mean shit, for one flip. So, like he could, like, granted, yeah, okay, cool. Heads won what, like 6 something or 3 something. Who cares? Like, it's that's not to say that it's not gonna be freaking tails. So I would never do that. But I will say, I might ask y'all a couple of these prop bets that I'm looking at. Do you think there's going to be 100-yard rusher? Yes or no?
Not individually.
Agreed there.
So y'all both say no. Cool. So right now, yes would net you plus 310. No is a negative 420. So y'all both going to go with the negative 420 on that one. So
I mean,
Yeah.
will there be any 100-yard receiver?
Yes.
I'm gonna say no.
Currently, right now, yes is negative 300. No is plus 235.
I mean, unless they're counting, I think Kelsey might be the only one that goes over 100, but he's technically a tight end.
Yeah.
It's still a receiver.
But he's a receiver.
It's still receiving yards, so that still counts.
All right. I thought you was talking about receivers, like
Oh
receivers.
no! Anybody for
Okay, my
receiving
bad.
yards.
That's my bad. But then that's the case. Kelsey, I would say Kelsey.
Anytime touchdown scorer. I'm gonna list you the top 6 people: Kelsey, Hurts, Sanders, Brown, Pacheco, Devonta Smith. Now, notice I did not say Patrick Mahomes.
Well, nobody thinks he can run at the moment. So, what is his odds?
Patrick Mahomes' odds is a
It's
plus
430.
430. Yep.
Yeah, so it's not. You see, it's not that horrible. Like if it was like in the tens, then I would have taken a chance on Mahomes there. But I think from here, I think Hurts probably gets a touchdown. That's just the Remo. That's just what they do. I'll probably say Pacheco sneaks one in.
Okay. Lou, you gotta.
I'm gonna go with Sanders and Hurts on this one.
So
and Kelsey, obviously.
So Kelsey is negative 125.
Yeah.
Hurts dead even at 100. Sanders at 120. You said Pacheco is at 145. Like I said before, Pat Mahomes is at plus 430. The Philadelphia defense is at 750. And the KC defense is at 800. So
you know who might get a touchdown? I would definitely put something on what's his name? Marquez Valdez-Scantling. What's his odds at?
Mr. Scantling is at plus 290.
Within reason, I guess.
First touchdown scorer. You have an idea who you want to think is the first touchdown scorer?
I'll take a stab in the dark and say Justin Watson. Long
He
shot.
is a plus 4,500.
Thank you. I figured as much.
Luke,
I'm gonna go Kelsey.
you going for the short bet. Plus 650.
I was going for that louder. You know, usually a rando that barely gets a touchdown is the one that gets the touchdown. That's why that name came to my head. Justin Watson. All right,
Nah,
there you
I'm gonna
go.
go Kelsey. Chelsea's gonna get it.
The crazy thing is, if this was the epic Super Bowl defensive battle, no touchdown scored, $100 bet will land you $42,000.
That's an easy loss of $100 right now.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
We'll throw three more at y'all. Jalen Hurts' passing yards, over or under 238.5.
I go the under.
I'll go the under.
All right. Then both odds are at negative 110. So,
Well, cause the Gatorade.
I don't even. Thank God I don't see that dumbass odd, but probably sure if I look harder, I probably would see it. Actually, like my dumbass didn't see it now. I don't even want to talk about that stupid shit. Yeah, I always hated that freaking odd. What's the color of the Gatorade? First drive result.
First drive result. By which team or either team?
Doesn't matter. First drive.
Just doesn't matter. First drive result. I'm gonna say it's a punt.
Lou, do you think it's a offensive touchdown?
Either team
or any other?
I'm gonna go other. I'm gonna go first drive lead to turnover.
So Ben's punt prediction will land you is a 105, but lose any other is plus 500. I like that. I like that.
I'm gonna go with turnover.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if the bet's out there, but I would definitely take a Patrick Mahomes interception in this game. I think he's due one. He hasn't had one in a bit. And he does throw one from time to time, so I can see one happening. You know, Philly does have a pretty good defense.
No, I like that. I mean, I don't see that, but I think that's a good. If that does become an available thing, I would like to see that.
I believe DraftKings has it, but I don't know about FanDuel.
Speaking of FanDuel, if you do click the link, you do get yourself a free $50 bet. Like I said, just click the link below. Support. And it's available in increasingly more states. It is available in Arizona. Surprise, surprise, the Super Bowl. But
I think Virginia came on.
Virginia is there. You got some good states. Not all states, but we get it in. We get it in slowly but surely. First half spread. 1.5 points. Eagles. So 1.5 points is the spread for the first half for Philadelphia. Do you think Philadelphia covers that, or do you think KC gets
I say Philly covers that.
I think Philly covers that.
Okay.
KC's notorious for falling behind.
So Philadelphia,
and and the way the script is written.
True.
That's true.
We got advanced copies, so
comeback.
You know what we're talking about.
The magical comeback of Patrick Mahomes, right? So Philadelphia's script of being the leader by more than 1.5 is actually a plus 105. So that will actually get you some money there too. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk about DraftKings or anybody else, but it's you have a lot of different betting avenues and such. Find the right prop for you. Definitely, I would say use FanDuel. Click the link below. But it's a free world, free choice to that. If you are
Yeah,
a
I mean,
gambler,
yeah,
it's a good time to make your money.
yeah.
One last one we'll throw at y'all. Will there be an overtime?
No.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Well, the odds for no is negative 2,000. Yes, it is a plus 1060.
Who gets MVP?
You want to do that bet? All right, we can do it.
Take a long shot there.
MVP.
Depending on the winning team.
I guess it really would depend on the winning team, though.
Pat Mahomes is a plus 130. Hurts is a plus 140.
Okay.
Any other options?
After, oh my God, everyone drops off after that, like off a cliff. Kelsey is a plus 1,300.
See, because the way I see it, if KC wins it, I think it will go to Mahomes.
Mhm.
But if the Eagles win, it will probably go to a receiver. So if anything, probably a dark horse, I would say Devontae.
The first receiver for Philly on here is a plus 2,200.
Who's that?
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. Wow. Hey, good chunk of change then. Devontae Smith, go for
Smith, 3,000.
There you go. That's your MVP right there. If the Eagles wins, that's the caveat.
If they win, that's always gonna be the caveat. If they win, but this is why we play.
Do you want to know the first Kansas City receiver?
Well, I can't even think of a receiver they have besides Kelsey.
Nicole Hardman,
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah.
What's his odds?
10 racks.
Wow.
10K.
Yo, you might as well put $1 on that. I mean,
right,
folks. Just put $1 in it. Don't put $100. If you do get $100,
just put $1.
It doesn't
Why
hurt.
not?
I mean, why not? Look,
So,
you got that.
$1 right there.
Pacheco got better odds than the receiver.
But what's Miles Sanders' odds?
Plus 2,500. 2,500. It's not that bad. That's no.
Yeah, I don't see him doing that much damage to be
unless he scores a bunch of short yard touchdowns, and he has like 3 touchdowns.
I mean, that's the thing with the Philly. You can end up with a rusher with like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
but right, and 1 receiving touchdown, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, you see how Miles Sanders took over?" He ran from the 1, dude. Like, come on.
But I don't know. I think KC's run defense is actually a little bit underrated. They can do okay.
There is. They
can do okay there. So
they are. And Philadelphia's a little soft, against the run. But again, it's one game. You're playing for your life right here. So this is why we
one game, one script.
Wait, it's a rewrite with a script right now.
It was a rewrite because it got leaked out.
Got leaked, man.
But I definitely want to take the time out before we wrapped up the show to thank all the guests that we've had. This is definitely a different year for us, trying different things. And I really appreciate those who did take the time out to hang with us, whether it be for a whole show or a half a show. Definitely want to thank Paul, being our first guest, Kevin, both Kevins, local Kevin and you got Giants fan Kevin, you got Bengals fan Kevin. My boy, from college, who was last on during the divisional championship game. Danny, the only Vikings fan we know.
Arkham,
other Giants fan we know. I had to roll my eyes for that one. That was it, right? Yeah, that was all I guess we had. But for those who will, come through next year, you're always invited. Those who were here, you're always invited back. We appreciate y'all. We thank you. Y'all help make the show what it is. and grow it to even be better. So I definitely want to take the time out to appreciate and give flowers to y'all for coming through. What we do on a weekly basis is not easy, and we're still doing this, as a work in progress. But we definitely take the time out to appreciate y'all for riding through this whole thing. We'll come back at you for wrap up and such. Me and Lou still trying to figure out this basketball thing. I will talk about that right quick. Yeah, KD and Kyrie are no longer on the Nets. The Knicks can finally get a win. The Knicks can finally get a win against the Nets. It's been 3 years, but
that's like the second super team the Nets has had that's fell apart, right?
Yeah, because
they had when they had
we had the Darren Williams, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Joe Johnson, Brook Lopez every year.
That was really good. I mean, on paper.
On paper, but I mean, we got Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett like 4 years too late. But
yeah, they were a little bit on the decline, but still. I don't know what happened to Williams. He hit Brooklyn and he just was not the same player.
He wasn't KG. He was Kevin Garnett at that point. And Paul Pierce was not the truth. He was just Mr. Pierce. That's what he was. But yeah, I think me and Lou definitely need to talk about basketball. Just talk hoops in general. We're still trying to figure out the whole formatting for for that. So we're still, we're still in a brain trust. And I hate saying that, 'cause we've been in a brain trust for like 3 years saying that. We're going to figure this shit out eventually. We will figure it out eventually. But until then, this is the last game of football, of the season, shall I say. Nobody really cares about the Pro Bowl. Shout out to Derek Carr for using the Pro Bowl
his combine.
Using the combine for the Pro Bowl stuff. But it's gonna be a fun next year. Definitely we'll get together when we start figuring out like free agencies and stuff like that. But until then, enjoy the Super Bowl, enjoy Philly versus KC, and we'll come back at you again. That's what we do. Homie picks. That's what it is. But for Lou, Ben, me, appreciate y'all. Until another one.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace out.
Oh no, no more Let's Ride?
Let's ride. It died already, bro.
It's over. That's it. We can't ride no more.
He can't ride no more. Peyton said, there ain't no team 3 in this building. Get out.
No coach.
He already
no
put
office.
his foot down.
Let's cry. Let's cry.
Peyton already cut it out. He's like, there's no team 3 here. Out. That's out.
Let's cry. I like that. Let's cry. Later, y'all.
Russ came around the corner, let's take the no.
That was probably a clause in the contract. He gotta stay off. He gotta stay off the camera.
Later, y'all.
All right.
Let's cry. Later.